Hey everyone, welcome to my Luminosity Yoga monthly forecast and class. And this month it's on the new moon in Cancer 2022. My name is Anya, and this is a series of short videos explaining and helping you embody the current cosmic energies. And I'm focusing on the new moon and the kind of signature of the new moon chart in order to help you embody those energies in a yoga practice. So I'll start by outlining the cosmic configurations and significances of them. And then we go into a short yoga practice that helps you balance and kind of feel the energies a little bit more throughout your entire system. And yeah, it's just before the new moon, and I'm here in Berlin. And it's a beautiful day. It's been very hot, and it's kind of already got this balsamic feeling that you have just before you go into the new moon, this kind of essence. So the new moon in Cancer will be on Wednesday here, the 29th of June, in the early hours of the morning, around 6 a.m. in Berlin, at 7 degrees of Cancer. So I'll start off by talking a little bit about the archetype of Cancer in astrology. It is assigned to the element of water, and it is in fact cardinal water, which means it starts off the season. So there's always one in each element. There's a cardinal sign which starts off the season, and Cancer being the sign it starts off summer. So yeah, so it's at 7 degrees of Cancer, so it's like in the first decan of Cancer. And Cancer is very much about the emotional side of things. It rules the moon, related to the idea of mothering, nurturing, also the mother, our mother. So might have something to do with how you like being nurtured or how you nurture others. Yeah, and it's very yin in its essence. Vulnerable due to its natural habitat. So in the ebbing tides, so Cancer has to move, the animal Cancer has to move really quickly to deal with the ebbing tides, and therefore is vulnerable. And when it's scared, it tends to pull back and kind of possibly a bit suspicious or strategic in what it reveals in order to protect itself and its family, those closest to it in terms of emotion. There might be a tendency to identify strongly with an emotional state in that sign of Cancer, but not necessarily to reveal that to the outside world. And as I said, it has this cardinal energy of starting something. So it can very well actually start not only the season but a project or an idea. In medical astrology, it's related to the belly, so which again relates to the ideas of feeling or also being connected to our gut feelings. And the navel chakra, even though it is not officially in Jyotish, in Ayurvedic astrology, or it is not related to the navel chakra, it's actually related to the sixth chakra, the third eye. In the navel chakra, though, or like let's say in the navel center in the belly, we're also said to hold emotional fears. So, more than the existential fears, which are closely related to the base. So it's very much that emotional element. And on the specific new moon, has the moon, sun and moon both being in the sign of Cancer, they are squaring Jupiter in Aries. So square is always a kind of conflicting energy. And Aries is very much also, it's also cardinal sign, starts the season of spring, but it's fire. So it really likes to go fast, and it likes to just go ahead before thinking about things. And that's not so much a Cancer thing. Cancer needs to be comfortable and needs to feel safe in order to move forward. So it might be a time, this kind of new moon period, where we have square Jupiter in Aries, that we might, instead of moving or rushing ahead, we might feel like kind of withdrawing a little bit and going inwards and really checking in with what nurtures us and what gives us strength, and what we need to replenish in order to move forward in a more conducive way. At the same time, also the planet Neptune in Pisces, which has hardly been moving, is about to station and go retrograde. So then again, an emphasis on the watery qualities, like a very Neptune is always related to dreams and visions, or also illusions and deception, and not being very clear, where the boundaries kind of become blurred. So that might be another thing we could possibly experience in that time, or it might be a lot of kind of like now the air is really saturated with water. It might be like a humid time, hot and humid, and it might even be rain mixed with sunshine, like a very bit of a tropical feel, really, which is rather unusual for this part of northwestern Europe. And at the same time, also there's Mars in Aries is also square Pluto in Capricorn, again, which brings a little bit of a conflictual energy to this idea of possibly wanting to move ahead, and then Pluto in Capricorn, bringing like some sort of underlying structural issues to the forefront, and also so things that might need to be adjusted before we can actually move ahead, and also going deep, so to the deeper structures, depending on where we find Pluto in our chart, that we need to address before we can actually move forward. So these are some of the ideas I want to give you, and you might want to use for your intention setting for the practice. So you might want to work with a particular intention that you actually address, or that you set for this lunar cycle, and that you can actually take as an idea to work with through the entire month, while the moon is in Cancer. And for the yoga practice, we focus on the belly, releasing tension in the belly, releasing emotional tension. We want to flow, and there will also be like an emphasis on the third eye in relation to your navel center. So make sure that you have a comfortable space. A safe space is very important. You might need to or want to switch off your devices, close the door if there is one, or be outdoors, but be in a place where you feel very comfortable. Like I found a good kind of space here in a big park where I feel kind of nurtured. And so come into a wide-legged child pose where your belly can relax. Your arms can be either front or back. So just making sure that you feel at ease. So just put your head on the ground and just feel the forehead on the floor. And then just start to notice your breathing. Feel the breath descending into the belly. And then rising up to the third eye. And then again, like on your exhale, just let go of any stress, tension, energies of other people. And on your inhale, feel like a wave of fresh energy entering the system and flowing up to the third eye. And again, using the exhale to let go of everything that no longer serves you, that might have been holding you back, stress, tension, energies of others. And just keep breathing that way, drawing fresh breath from the earth into the body, all the way up the front of the body to the third eye. Releasing the belly, and on the exhale, just bringing all that breath back into the belly and down into the earth. And at the end of the exhale, you draw the belly against the spine and you release it again on your inhale. So just take a few more deep and then exhales, releasing all your thoughts, maybe turning the palms facing up to prevent yourself from grabbing. And 3 more. And then bring your hands next to your knees and slowly, slowly roll up. And then find a comfortable cross-legged position. And then bringing your arms up over the sides on your inhale. And then exhale, bringing the hands in front of your heart. And just repeating that, inhaling up. Hands in front of the heart. And one more time, inhale, bringing the arms up. And then as you bring the hands down, so just stop halfway. So just where the third eye is, just rest your hands here for the clarity. Keep your hands here to bring clarity into the body. And then bring your hands just at the bottom of the throat, where I have that big stone and where the collarbones meet, for the expression of your truth and for clarity of expression. And then rest the hands in front of a heart, just your thumbs touching the middle of your sternum. For the clarity that your heart brings. Bring your head to your heart, bow your head slightly. Just take a moment to sense into the body, sense what you need to nurture and recharge and replenish, and how you want to move forward this month, what it is that you want to focus on. And you can take that as a set intention, maybe you have something specific, or you can take it as a question into the practice. So bring that into the body with your breath. And rub your hands together. And then cup your eyes with your palms. Take a few deep in and exhale. And then open your eyes. And on your inhale, we open up, bringing the heart towards the sky, the thumbs back. And on the exhale, we round. Yeah, so that idea of the Cancer, the crab, yeah, withdrawing. Inhale, we're opening up. And exhale, rounding. Just taking your time, enjoying the breath, flowing with your breath. Releasing any stress and tension in the head. 2 more. Anything that might have bothered you, that might be on your mind. And then rest your hands on your knees and start to rotate and initiate from the belly button, from your navel. Pull the belly front, side, back, and side. And breathe deeply. Really feeling the breath in the belly, in the lower back and the hips, groins. And then just coming to a standstill in the center. And then just bring your hands front a little bit, just stretching out, bringing your arms as far front as you can, and again, resting your forehead on the ground. And just taking some deep in and exhales. Coming up onto the fingertips, draw your shoulders into the back. And pouring any thoughts into the ground. And slowly walk up again. And rub your feet together. And just feeling the connection to the earth. And then just bring the other shin in front and start rotating anti-clockwise. And again, initiating from the belly. And noticing how the belly feels. Noticing how the mind feels. And you can totally determine your own pace here. Keep your eyes open or closed, whatever helps you. Just connect with yourself. And then again, slowly coming back to center. Just walk your hands out with the other shin in front and place your forehead on the ground. And let your breath flow. Inhale all the way up to the third eye. Exhale just all the way down into the belly and draw the belly button and the pelvic floor in and up at the end of your exhale. And then slowly walking back up. And then just coming front onto hands and knees into a tabletop. And we're going to do a cat-cow version. And we're going to, in an exhale through the nose, and we're going to pull the belly in on the exhale as we round. So it's quite fast. And an exhale, hold here. And an inhale, just coming into your cow and then closing the eyes, bringing the inhale to the third eye, holding the breath there. And then again, rounding, bringing the tailbone in and feeling that connection from the tailbone to the third eye. Exhale, release, and just let all the energy go into the hair, into the head. And then tuck your toes under, move your seat to your heels. And again, just rest the forehead on the ground for a moment. Moving your left hand onto the right hand. And just feeling that curve in the upper body, in the torso, breathing into the ribs. And I'm releasing that left hand, bringing the right hand on top of the left hand. Again, sensing the curve on the right side of the body. Again, inhale, come up on all fours, and exhale, downward facing dog. And just coming up on the toes, bending one knee, and bringing the other heel to the ground. And just really enjoying here. Bringing the belly in and up, just feeling steady breath, flowing breath. And then inhale, bring your shoulders above your wrists into plank position. Draw the ribs in. Bring your knees onto the ground, chest and chin. And then coming up into Sphinx position. So just make sure your elbows are under your shoulders and shoulder width apart. And we're gonna elongate both from the crown and the tailbone. Keeping our eyes very relaxed, as if we had like 360-degree vision. And on the exhale, we're just going to pull in the ribs. So we're not going to lift up. Just bring the ribs in, breathing into the back of the body, into the kidneys, and then release, exhale. And we do that 2 more times. So we're breathing into back of the body, bringing the ribs in, bringing energy to all the organs, the spleen, the stomach, and also the liver. And again, one more time. I'm going to go one step further. So draw the ribs in, lift the thighs slowly off the ground, knees off the ground, coming into a forearm plank. And then into a dolphin, downward facing dog on your forearms. If it's too much, just come into child and rest your head. And then bring the knees down. And again, take a short rest in child's pose. Bring your arms back. You can open the knees a little wider if you like. Just taking a moment to find your breath. And drawing the navel against the spine at the end of the exhale, bringing the inhale to the third eye. And bringing your arms forward and finding your way back into downward facing dog. Or you can just move the head a little bit, release the head. And just walking the feet front and coming into a forward bend. Keep your feet hip width distance. Grab your elbows from below. You can bend the knees. Release the head. And again, we're gonna do like a drawing inwards. So just bring your right hand between your right calf and grab the left shin from the front, and then the left arm behind the left calf, grab your right shin from the front, and move your knees into your armpits. Keep the knees bent at the same time. See if you can release the head and draw your sit bones upwards. Relax the shoulders as much as possible. Breathe deeply. Little bounces here. And let go of the movement. Again, just stretching a little bit. Let go of your arms, let the arms hang. Pucker your lips and just release any tension that might be left. Slowly rolling up. Bringing your arms up. And exhale, hands in front of your heart. Inhale, arms come up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Step your left leg back. And bring your left knee on the ground, and we're going to work in this round with the stomach meridian, which comes up the front of the body to the third eye, and also the thighs, middle of the thighs. So we're just going to breathe here, feeling that connection, finding a long neck without lifting the chin. Keep the chin relaxed. Breathe up to the third eye. Breathe down towards the belly. Pull the belly against the spine at the end of the exhale. And then tuck your toe under and come into downward facing dog. Come into your plank position. Knees, chest, and chin. And inhale, we come up into our Sphinx position. Inhale here. So this also reminds me in the tarot, the card of Cancer is the card of the Chariot, which is drawn by two sphinxes. So it's about overcoming obstacles, and possibly the obstacles that are kind of wound up in that square with Jupiter, the Aries, the Martian energy versus that nurturing moon energy. And then just draw the ribs in again, lift up the thighs, lift up the knees. And then find your way back either into dolphin or into a child. Breathing deeply here, releasing the head. You can keep your knees bent, draw the sitting bones up. Take a moment to rest in child. Leave your arms front. Release any tension in the forehead. And then find your way back into downward facing dog. Inhale, bring your left leg up. Exhale, left leg front. And feet hip width distance. And breathing deeply. So as the season here in the northern hemisphere is summer, and it tends to be warmer temperatures, and at the moment it's quite hot here, the body might feel more open and more complicated stretches may be more available. Still just really pay attention to your own limits and what your body needs to feel nurtured. Tuck your toe under, inhale here, exhale, come into forward fold. Inhale, half forward bend, bend your knees, find a long neck. Exhale, all the way folding forward. Inhale, come all the way up. exhale, hands in front of the heart. And inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, folding down. And then bring your feet a little bit further away from each other. Bend your knees. And again, slide. Now, this time, slide your elbow under the back of your knee. And bring your left arm up. And then see if you can bind here. Opening up that side. Breathing deeply. Really breathing into the spine. Opening in the heart. Releasing the head. And just taking a moment just to hang. And then we do the same with the other side. So bend the left knee. Bring your right arm underneath. So shoulders under the, or like very close to your knee, the back of your knee. And then opening the heart towards the sky. So again, we have this Cancer-like configuration. It's kind of like drawing in and opening up. And like the play between those two. Breathing deeply here. And then exhale, releasing down. Bringing the feet a bit closer again. Inhale, half forward bend. And then step your left leg back again. Bring both hands on the inside of your right foot. Step your right foot out. Bring your left knee to the ground. So again, you can either stay here. You can also move a little bit in the hips, playfully with the breath. Or you can go further down if that is available to you. Do not force. You can also take props and rest your arms on them. Breathing deeply here. So if you have a bit more availability in your flexibility in your stretch, you can bring the right arm again, like shoulder into the back of the knee. Bring the hands on the ground and breathe deeply here. You can also bring the hands on the ground, just breathing. Or if you want to go further, you can lift the back heel off the ground. It might be a bit more challenging for the body. And then find your way back up into downward facing dog. Move the hips a little bit from side to side. And inhale, come into your plank. Knees, chest, chin. And once again into the Sphinx position. Inhale here. And then bringing the ribs in. Breathing into the back of the body, lifting the groins, thighs, knees off the ground, coming into your dolphin or resting in child. Breathing deeply here, relaxing the head. Coming into your child version, resting the forehead for a breath. And finding your way back into downward facing dog. Inhale, bring your left leg up. Exhale, left leg front on the outside of the left hand. And again, either you stay here and you move a little bit in the center in your hips. Again, feeling the breath on your inhale at the third eye, at the exhale in the navel, below the navel in your navel center. If it's available, you can try to get your right shoulder under the left shoulder, under the left back of your left knee. Breathing deeply. And only if you feel like it, you can come up onto your back foot. And then bring that foot between the hands. Inhale here. Lift the back knee off the ground if it's still there. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, half forward bend. And exhale, full forward fold. Inhale, we come all the way up. Exhale, hands in front of a heart. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, half forward bend. And bring your left leg back again. Now just step your left knee on the outside of the right foot. Coming into a short twist, opening here, drawing the right groin down. And again, we do a little rounding now on the other side. So you bring your hands on the opposite side, you round back, you let your head drop, releasing any stress and tension. Forehead towards the ground. And then bring your hands front, step back into downward facing dog. And we bring the left leg front. And now we hop the right knee on the outside of the left foot. If that's not available, you can straighten the leg that's underneath. So your left knee is on top, right knee in front, or leg stretched out, and coming into a twist, short twist. Feeling the breath rising towards the third eye and descending in the direction underneath the navel, pulling the belly and the pelvic floor in and up at the end of the exhale. Inhale here and then exhale, bring your hands on the ground, release the head towards the ground, shake it a little bit, very gently. And then bring your legs front and very slowly we're going to roll back onto the back, interlacing the hands behind our head. Deep inhale here on the count of 6. And then exhale, we release the head and we're just going to, again, this rounding, coming up and feeling our center, our core. Very slowly rolling back, releasing the head on the count of 6. And exhale, coming up. And a few more in your own time, breathing deeply. Emphasis on the flow and the breath. And then as we go down, we release the arms. And again, after curving, contracting, we're going to open up. Inhale, opening the chest area, belly, and exhale, releasing. And we do that a few more times. Keep your head centered. And just flowing. If you like, you can take your arms with you on the last 2. Just really enjoying the breath and the connection to what feels good. Okay, and then gently bring one knee in into the chest and moving a little bit in the lower back, just releasing. And bring that foot back onto the ground, bring the other leg in again, just moving in the kind of sacrum and lower back area. Bring both knees in. And now we're going to come into plow, and again, only do that if it's available. You can also put the feet against the wall behind you if you have one, or you can just hover above the ground. So again, just bring the knees in, and then really use your core to draw you back and up. Bring the hands here in the back, where your kidneys are, the feet behind your head. You can either hover them above the ground, as I'm doing now, or place them onto the floor behind you, keeping your feet either, as I have them now, flexed. And see if you can come up onto the shoulders a bit more, breathing deeply. And feeling the breath in the belly. And then if you can, you come into a shoulder stand. If that doesn't work, you can also come into Viparita Karani. So it's like more like a half shoulder stand where you bring the pelvis forward and the legs back a little bit. Breathing deeply here. Or the full version. Or if none of them work, just coming back onto the back. Just rolling back down. Breathing deeply here. And if you can, we're going to do breath of fire. 7 rounds deep in an exhale. Pumping the belly. And deep inhale. Close your eyes, bring the breath to the third eye. And bring the coccyx up. The tongue to the roof of your mouth. And then as you exhale, release, bring the legs down and bring everything to the third eye. All the energy. And slowly releasing, rolling down 1 vertebra at a time. And moving back a little bit on your mat. Coming into a short shavasana. Just letting yourself be carried. If you have more time, you can just stay here, switch off the video, and just enjoy your shavasana. And find your own way to finish the practice. And then very slowly start to move your hands and feet. Take a deep in and exhale. Keeping your eyes closed. Stretching out gently. And place your feet onto the mat in front of you. And then rolling onto your right side or onto your favorite side. Just take a moment to feel the earth underneath you. And up into a comfortable seated posture. And Rest your right hand with the palm like touching your third eye, hands on your hairline, fingers on your hairline. And then bring your left hand to the right side of your bra line, or just kind of under your breast if you don't wear bras, just at the right side of your ribs, and breathe deeply. Just feel that calming quality, soothing the nervous system. Releasing any tension in the face, in the jaw, in the belly. Releasing tension in the elbow, the fingers, and the shoulder. And bringing your right hand underneath the belly button, left hand onto the heart center. Thinking about something that you're grateful for today. It doesn't matter what it is, anything that makes you smile, that fills you with joy, and just let that feeling spread across your entire body. And the hands together in front of our heart, and again, bring your thoughts to the intention for this new moon in Cancer. Keeping that idea of what nurtures you in your mind. Just sensing your third eye without doing anything, just sensing whatever you can sense there. We ask for guidance, clarity in our vision. Pull your head to your heart. I'm dedicating the merits and the practice to all beings without one exception. Namaste. Thank you very much for joining me on this lunar cycle, this Cancer lunar cycle 2022. As I said, my name is Anya. You can also find me on my website. That's www.anyabaya.com. Book sessions with me in yoga, energy healing, or a personal consultation regarding your medical kind of insights into medical astrology and what kind of daily healthy routines would support you. Thank you very much. If you have enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and share. Also, your comments are very welcome. Wishing you a wonderful lunar cycle in Cancer. Namaste.